gentlemen, welcome back to Michael in the Streets. I'm your host, and today we're bringing you another episode. This week's episode, we're going to be going around and asking teachers what they'd be doing if they weren't teaching. All right, Mrs. Vernon, so the question for you is, if you weren't teaching, what would you be doing?
Oh, that's a great question. A couple of things. So sometimes I think it'd be really cool to be a youth counselor, like,
Pretty cool.
you know, like work with especially young women who struggle with issues in their life. I think that'd be really cool. But if not that, I really would like to have my own ice cream truck.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I could see that. Vernon's ice cream.
Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing?
That works pretty well.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to ask both of you guys at once. Either one can answer first. What would you guys be doing if you weren't teaching?
You can go first.
I would probably be writing.
Writing?
Or being an editor. I'd probably be in journalism.
That seems like a
It's like you cut
solid
my-
answer.
Well, I'm glad I went first then.
I would probably be editing, maybe writing too, or being a obstetrics nurse.
All right, perfect answers. Thank you so much. So the question is, if you weren't teaching, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't teaching, I'd probably be, I would have started off playing in a band, because that's what I was doing before teaching. But I think I probably would be in business, maybe like finance or marketing or something like that.
All right, that's a pretty solid answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you so much.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Albertson. So the question is, if you weren't teaching right now, what would you be doing?
I would probably be either a journalist or a lawyer.
All right.
Probably.
Those are solid
What I
answers.
would do, yeah.
All right, perfect answer. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks.
So the question is, if you weren't a teacher, what would you be doing?
Ooh, if I wasn't a teacher, I'd be working at a golf course as a superintendent, probably at Augusta, because I'm just that good at mowing.
All right, perfect answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So the question is, if you weren't teaching, what would you be doing?
I think I want to be like a sports journalist, follow like a professional sports team around and write about them and tweet about them and follow the sports team around for a while.
All right, that sounds like a fun job. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Perfect
All right.
answer. So the question is, if you weren't a teacher, what would you be doing?
I would say, when I was a child, one of the things that I would put down as like a thing to do in the future was be a weatherman.
That'd be cool.
I'd be a meteorologist. I think that'd be a cool job.
I think that's a cool dream job.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, perfect answer.
That's my
Thank you so
choice.
much.
Yeah.
So the question is, if you weren't a teacher, what would you be doing?
Okay, so I kind of have two answers for that. I don't know anything about this field, but I would love to like work on movies. Like I don't want to be an actress, but I would love to like be like the casting director. Like you know, you have a script, and then you cast people for that role. I don't know anything about that field or casting, but I think that would be really cool to like work on movies and be on a movie set. And I also think it'd be kind of cool to be a cop.
Okay.
That's my other one. So yeah.
Those are sick answers. All right,
Yeah.
perfect. So the question is, if you weren't a teacher, what would you be doing?
Oh my gosh, if I was not a teacher, I would be doing what you are doing right now.
Me interviewing
I would
people?
be in broadcasting. Yeah, I was a communications major to start off college. Yeah.
Okay.
Radio broadcasting, probably.
All right, perfect answer. Thank you so much. All right, the principal.
Hello, Michael.
What would
Hello,
you
Victoria.
be doing if you weren't the principal at North Polk High?
If I weren't the principal at North Polk High School, you know, that's a good question. After college and prior to me accepting my first teaching job, I almost went back to school, to law school, to be a lawyer.
Okay.
And you know what, as I was contemplating that and talking to my parents about it and some family and friends, I didn't want to sit in an office the rest of my life and like read through legal documents and books, and I wanted to try and make an impact on people's lives. Not that lawyers don't, but I just thought that this would be, you know, going into education would be a way to give back, and thought my purpose would be, you know, more important, you know, in helping other people, and so that's why I chose the route of education.
All right, perfect answer.
Great question.
I think we can all say you've made the right choice. You're a pretty good principal.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks.
So, Ms. Prashal,
Yes.
if you weren't the North Polk accounting assistant, what would you be doing?
Ooh, that is a tough question. If I were not working in accounting, I would probably be reading a book.
Writing a book? Okay, perfect answer. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, anyone can go first.
Okay.
But the question is, if you guys weren't teachers, what would you be doing?
Ooh, good question.
That is a good question.
Or would you like to be doing?
Traveling.
Oh gosh, yes.
Traveling around in Mike the RV.
Okay.
I would probably have my own small business.
Okay. Perfect answers. Thank you so much. Okay, so as someone who is currently watching Mr. Zosky learn how to teach, preparing to be a teacher, if you weren't going to be a teacher, what were you going to do?
Since third grade, I really liked math and science, so I was actually going to be an engineer. So that's why I ended up at Iowa State. I wanted to be a mechanical engineer.
All right.
But, yeah.
Perfect
realized
answer.
I liked teaching math. So.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, if you weren't a teacher, what would you be doing?
I might be doing something in the farming industry, I suppose.
Really?
Yeah, my whole family's farmers, and so it might be something in the farming industry.
Okay. Perfect answer. Thank you so
Okay.
much. All right. So the question is, if you weren't a teacher, what would you be doing?
I'd probably be maybe an actuary or maybe a college professor, something like that.
All right. That's all we needed. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Okay. So the question is, if you weren't teaching, what would you be doing? Or what would you like to be doing?
I imagine something still science related, possibly something within research, possibly something in the medical profession.
Okay. Perfect answer. That's all we needed.
All right.
Being put on the spot, what do you got?
So the question is, if you weren't a teacher, what would you be doing?
If I weren't a teacher, what would I be doing? I think I would own my own restaurant.
Okay.
I think I would own a restaurant. It would be a hot dog shop.
Okay.
And it would be called the Screamin' Weenie.
That-
And here's what would it be. It would be a heavy metal place. So all the music in there would be like metal. All the hot dogs would be named after like rock and roll stars. That's what I would do.
That is probably one of the best business ideas I've ever heard of in my whole life.
You heard it here first. Don't steal my idea.
All right, perfect answer. Thank you so much. So the question I have for you guys is, if you guys weren't teachers, what would you guys be doing?
I would have a bakery.
Okay.
I would like to name fingernail polishes.
That's awesome. Okay, I haven't heard of that before. Perfect answers. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week's Michael in the Streets, and stay tuned for next week's Go Comics.